So that is from the IUPAC system. So as you already know the full form of IUPAC. So it is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. By using those rules, I am going to solve some problems on the coordination compound. Okay. So I have taken some example here. So let's start with the first example, that is chromium, Cr, NH3 thrice, H2O thrice, Cl3. Okay. So while naming the coordination compound, the first rule is we have to identify the cation and the ligands. So in the ligands, it may either a positive ligand, or it may be a negative ligand, or it may be a neutral ligand. Understood? Cationic ligands or anionic ligands, or it may be a neutral ligands. So first we have to identify it. So only one metal atom is there in the coordination sphere, that is chromium. So this is nothing but the metal ion. Okay. So then we have to identify how many ligands are present in the coordination sphere. So there are two types of the ligands. So other than metal ion, whatever the ions or molecules present inside the coordination sphere, that is considered as a ligand. Okay. So two types of ligands are there here. So amine is one type of ligand and aqua is one more type of the ligand. Understood? So it is a neutral ligand. This is also neutral ligand that I have already given in the previous video lecture. So while writing the name of the coordination compound, first always the ligand name should be written first. Okay, ligand's name should be written first. In the ligands, if more than one identical ligands are present in the coordination compound, then we have to use prefixes such as di, tri, tetra, etc. Okay. If more than one ligands are present in the coordination compound, so that is of different kind, then we should go for the alphabetical order. Alphabetically, one which will come first, that should be written first in the coordination compound. Understood? So there are two types of ligands here. So it is amine and this is aqua. So it is amine, this is aqua. Understood? So that's what we have to go for the alphabetical order. So first letter starts from A for the both the ligands. So that's why we have to consider the next alphabet. So that is M here and it is Q here. So alphabetically AM will come first, then AQ. Okay. So that's why amine should be written first, then the aqua. So three identical amine molecule is there. So that's why we have to use prefix as tri. So tri-amine. Okay. So similarly, three more identical ligands are there, that is the water molecules are there. So that's why we have to use prefix as tri. So this is the name of the aqua is the name of water molecule. So that's why tri-aqua. Okay. And one thing you should remember, so whatever the name is written, so that should be in a one word. Okay. So no necessity to leave space between them. And whatever the naming is there, that should be written in small letters. So no necessity to use any capital letters. Understood? So all the letters should be a smaller one. So tri-amine, tri-aqua. Then whatever the name of the metal is there, so that is depending upon the charge on the complex ion. Either it may be a positive ion or it may be a negative ion. So see here, the chlorine is a negative ion, chloride is a negative ion which is present outside the coordination sphere. So this is called ionization sphere of counter ion. Okay, so this is a negative charge. So that's why whatever the complex ions are there, so that becomes a positive charge, positive in nature. Understood? So how to calculate the oxidation number, that I have already explained in the previous video lecture. So unknown should be taken as X. The amine, the oxidation number is 0. Aqua, the oxidation number is 0. Chlorido, so that is chloride, it is a negative charge. So hence we have to find out the oxidation number of the metal ion. So that is X -1 x plus -1 into 3 is equal to 0. So x becomes +3. Okay. So whatever the charge we got from the substitution, so that is positive in nature. So that indicates it is a complex cation which is having a +3 charge. Okay. If it is a complex cation, the name of the metal written as it is. So what is the name of the metal ion here? It is a chromium. So that's why we have to write chromium as it is. And the oxidation number should be written within the bracket, that too by using Roman numerals. So what is the oxidation number of chromium now? It is a +3. So +3 should be written in the Roman numeral. So that is 3 within the parenthesis. Okay. And whatever the ions are present outside the coordination sphere, so that is called counter ion, and that should be ends with IDE. So this is nothing but chloride. Okay. And the number, we cannot be used this number because this number is to neutralize this coordination compound. Understood? So we are not using as trichloride. So it is simply written as chloride. Understood? Because this number is neutralizing the whole coordination compound. Is it clear? So this is the name of this coordination compound. So I am going to repeat it once again. So first we have to identify the metal ions and the ligands. So here chromium is the metal ion, amine and aquine, they are the two ligands which are present in the coordination compound. So first we have to write the name of the ligands first. So there are two types of ligands present in the coordination compound. So that's why we have to go for alphabetical order. Alphabetically, amine will come first, then the aqua. So that's why triamine, triaqua, chromium 3-chloride. So why chromium means it is a cationic complex. So that's why the name ends as it is. So name should be written as it is. And the oxidation number of the metal ion should be written after the name of the metal within the bracket, that too in the Roman numeral. Understood? So this is the way of writing the name coordination compound. Okay. So let's go for the next example. So which contains ambidentate ligand. See here NO2. So as you know, NO2 is having two ligating site or ligating atom. See here. So oxygen is having the negative charge. Nitrogen is also having a lone pair. So as you already know, the ambidentate ligands are nothing but these are the ligands which can ligate through two different atoms. Okay. So it can ligate through oxygen to the metal ion, or it can ligate through nitrogen to the metal ion. Okay. So such type of the ligands are an example for ambidentate ligand. So when the electron is shifting to the metal ions through the nitrogen, so this is called nitrito N. Okay. So it is coordinating through nitrogen. When the electrons are donated to the metal ion through oxygen, so that is called nitrito O. Okay. So this is a nitrito N and this is nitrito O. It is ligating through nitrogen, so it is ligating through oxygen. In the example, if they have given like NO2, that means it is ligating through nitrogen. Okay. If they have given as ONO, then it understood that it is ligating through oxygen. Okay. So let me start the naming now. So first we have to identify the central metal ion and the ligands. So here three types of ligands are there. See here it is one type and these two are second type. So this is a neutral ligand. So which is having a 0 oxidation number. It is the anionic ligand. It is having a negative charge -1. NO2 is also having a negative charge. Okay, two types of ligands are present. So hence this is an example for heteroleptic complex. Understood? Clear? So first we have to go for the alphabetical order because it contains 3 different kinds of the ligands. So it is the amine, it is chlorido, and this is nitrato. So amine will come first. So that's why we have to start with the amine. So 2 amine molecules are there. So that's why it is used as the prefix used as di. So diamine. Okay, only 1 chlorine atom is there. So that's why chlorido. So as I already explained you, so the name ends with the chloride. The last name ends with IDO. IDE will get replaced with IDO. Okay, chlorido. And next one, the nitrato. See here, so they have given NO2. So that's why it is ligating to nitrogen. So nitrato N. Okay. Then we have to write the name of the metal ion. So see here, it is a the platinum. It is an anionic complex. So it is a neutral one. This is a negative charge. This is a negative charge. Hence the total charge of the complex ion is -2. Okay. So hence it is a anionic complex. So the name of the metal ion will ends with ATE. If it is an anionic complex, then the name of the metal ends with ATE. So N platinate. Okay. So it is ends with ATE. Then the oxidation number should be written within the bracket. So it is -1. So it is X -1 is equal to 0. X is equal to +2. Okay. So 2 is the oxidation number of the platinum. Is it clear? So this is the way to name a coordination compound. Okay. So next, let's go for the next example. K3Cr(C2O4) thrice. So in this example, 2 metal ions are there, but one is inside the coordination sphere and one is outside the coordination sphere. Okay. So whatever the metal ion which is present outside the coordination sphere at the beginning, that should be named first. Okay. So it is a potassium. So that's why we have to start with potassium. So potassium. Then the same rules must be followed here. So 3 identical ligands are there. So that's why we have to use prefix as tri. So this is the oxalate ion. So oxalate should be get converted into oxalato. Okay. Then the name of the metal ion should be written. See, if any metal atom which is present outside the coordination sphere at the beginning, then the complex ion is a anionic complex. Okay. So it is a +1 oxidation state. So that's why it is a -3 charge for the complex ion. Understood? So the name of the metal is chromium because it is a anionic complex. So that's why the name ends with ATE, chromate. Then we have to write the oxidation number in terms of the Roman numeral within the parenthesis. Okay. So you know how to calculate the oxidation number. So it is +1 into 3 plus X plus -2 into 3 is equal to 0. So X is equal to +3. Okay. Understood? So X is +3. So that is the oxidation number of chromium. Is it clear? So next example. So see here, En. So as I already given, the En is a diadentate ligand. The contribution is 2. Okay. So the ligating atom is 2. So En is nothing but ethane 1,2-diamine. Okay. So we have already used prefixes here like 1 and 2. See here, we have already used here the prefix. So that's why a new prefix is introduced or new prefix has been written. So that is bis, tris, tetrakis. If the ligand is having a 2, means the total number of ligands are 2. If the ligands are 2, then it is written as bis. If the ligand is 3, then it is written as a tris. If it is a 4, then it is used as a tetrakis. Okay, the prefix is used as a tetrakis. So here only 2 identical ligands are there. That's why it is used as a bis. Okay. So it is a chlorido and this is ethane 1,2-diamine. Alphabetically C will come first, then E. So that's why we have to use the prefix as dichlorido. Okay. So it is the prefix is already used here. So that's why a new prefix has been used. So that is bis. So dichlorido bis. So it is a didentate ligand. So that's why we have to put one bracket here and we have to write the name of the ligand, didentate ligand. So it is ethane 1,2-diamine. Okay. Then the name of the metal should be written because the whatever the ions are there, it is outside the coordination sphere at the end. So that's why it is a cationic complex. So if it is a cationic complex, the name of the metal should be written as it is. So cobalt. So it is -1 oxidation state. It is a 0 oxidation state. This is also -1 oxidation state. So that is equated to 0. That indicates it is having a 3 oxidation number, +3 oxidation state for cobalt. Okay. And outside the coordination sphere, so that is nothing but chloride. Understood? So this is a way of writing the name of coordination compound when the didentate ligand is present in the compound. Okay. So it is a didentate ligand. So that's why I had used one new prefix. So 2 identical ligands are there. So that's why I had used bis. If it is 3 identical didentate ligand, then we can use tris. If it is having a 4 identical ligand, then we can use tetrakis. Okay. So let's go for the next example. So 2 types of ligands are there here. So amine and carbonate. So A will come first. So penta, amine, carbonato, cobalt. So it is 2 minus and this is -1. So hence the oxidation number is 3. Chloride. Okay. So this is the name of the coordination compound. So next example, K for FeCl6. So as I already explained you, the K is at the beginning. So that's why we have to start with potassium. So potassium. So it is hexacyanide. So here you can use cyano or cyanido. Both are one and the same. I am using cyanido. Okay, hexacyanide. So if it is a cationic complex, then the name of Fe is written iron. So it is an anionic complex because it is a +1 oxidation state. Total charge is +4. So hence it is -4 oxidation state. It is an anionic complex. Okay. So hence the name should be end with ATE. So ironate we can't write it. So that's why we have to use its actual name, that is ferrum. So that should be written as ferrate. Okay. So potassium hexacyanide ferrate. Is it clear? Ferrate. So it is -1 oxidation state and this is a +1 oxidation state. Okay. So +1 into 4 plus X plus minus 1 into 6 is equal to 0. So X is equal to plus 2. So plus 2 is the oxidation state of iron. So that's why the oxidation number should be written in a Roman numeral within the parenthesis. Okay. The last example is which the coordination compound contains a complex cation and a complex anion. Okay, double complex. So this is called double complex. So as you already know, it is a neutral ligand and this is a negative ligand, anionic ligand. So the same rules must be followed here. So X. So this is taken as a X. So X plus minus 1 into 2 is equal to 0. So that's why X is equal to plus 1. That indicates what? Each X carry positive charge. Plus 1 oxidation number. Okay. So first cationic complex should be named first, then the anionic complex. So this is a cationic complex, this is an anionic complex. So that's why we have to start with the first cationic complex. So it is diamine. So it is a cationic complex. So that's why the name written as it is. So silver. So 1. Okay. Then go for the anionic complex. So it is nothing but dicyanide or dicyanoargentate, because it is an anionic complex. So that's why the name ends with ATE. So that's why it is argentate. Okay, 1. So this is the way of writing the name of coordination compound. So these are the rules to name a coordination compound. So I had explained many examples. You can take any example for practice from the text. I will explain you how to write the formula for a particular coordination compound when they have given the name. Okay. So name they have given, we have to write the formula of that particular coordination compound. Okay. So let's start with the first example. So tetraamide aqua chlorido cobalt 3 chloride. Understood? So here first we have to write the symbol of the metal ion. So what is the symbol of the metal ion? So only one metal ion is which is present in the coordination compound, that is cobalt. Symbol should be written first. Then the ligand should be written according to its alphabetical order. So tetraamine, the symbol for amine is NH3. So it is a tetra. So that's why the prefix is taken as 4. Then only one water molecule is there. So that's why it is represented as H2O. One chloride ion is there. So hence it is written as Cl. The chloride is outside the coordination sphere. So that's why Cl. Okay. So now we should neutralize the coordination compound. So how to neutralize it? So it is a neutral ligand. So this is also neutral ligand. So the charge is -1. So cobalt oxidation number they had given. So it is +3, right? So to neutralize the molecule, so +3 -3, so that is +2. So +2 become equal to 0 when we make the chlorine atom as 2. When we take the chlorine atom as 2. Okay. So if it is Cl2, then the charge is, it is -1. So -1 means the total charge of the chloride ion. So that is -2. So -2, -1, -3. So it is +3. It is get neutralized with each other. So this is the neutral coordination compound for the above complex. Okay. So this is the way of writing the formula from the naming. Understood? So next example, potassium tetrahydroxido zincate 2. Okay. So potassium is the there are two metal ion which are present in the coordination compound. So one is zinc and the second one is potassium. But potassium is at the beginning, so that's why we have to write the symbol of potassium. Okay. Then we have to put coordination sphere. Then the symbol of metal should be written. So that is zinc. Okay. So only one type of ligand is present, that is tetrahydroxido. So OH is the hydroxyl group, hydroxide group. So tetra, that is 4. Okay. So now we have to neutralize this coordination compound. So how to neutralize it? So the charge of the OH is -1. Zincate they have given it is +2. +2 oxidation state. So totally the charge becomes -1 into 4, -4 for the ligand. So +2. So -4 + 2 is -2. So to neutralize this coordination compound, so we have to put 2 for potassium. Okay. So that is K2ZnOH4. So this is the neutral formula for the above coordination compound. Understood? So this is the way of writing the formula from the naming. Is it clear? So next example, potassium. So potassium, the symbol should be written. Okay. Trioxalato aluminate green. So they have given the metal ion. The formula for the symbol for aluminate, that is aluminium, Al. So trioxalato. So C2O4 is the oxalate ion. So they have given trioxalato. Tri means 3. Okay. Then we have to neutralize the molecule. So they have given the charge as +3 and this is -2. -2 into 3 -6. -6 plus 3 it becomes -3. So to neutralize this molecule, so we have to put K3. Okay. So K3 means K plus totally +3 -3 becomes 0. So whenever the compound will get 0 oxidation number, that indicate it is a neutral molecule or neutral coordination compound. Okay. So let's go for the next example. Dichlorido bis ethane 1,2-diamine cobalt 2. So let's start with the symbol of the metal ion. So that is cobalt. Dichlorido. So Cl2 bis ethane 1,2-diamine. Bis means, so as I already explained you, it is 2. Okay, so we have to neutralize the molecule. So it is -1. So this is 0. They have given 2 for cobalt. So it is +2. So -2 plus 2 becomes 0. So hence it is a neutral molecule. Okay. And the last one, that is tetra carbonyl nickel 0. So the symbol for the metal ion is nickel. Symbol for the carbonyl is CO. So they have given tetra. So that's why it is written as 4. So carbonyl is the neutral ligand which is having a 0 oxidation state. So hence it becomes the 0 for the nickel also. Okay. So this is the formula for tetracarbonyl nickel 0. So this is the way of writing the formula from the name. Okay. So I am going to repeat it once again. So they will give you the naming and they will ask you to write the formula. Maximum time they will give the formula and ask to write the naming. Okay. So when you write the formula, we have to consider the metal ion first. Okay, then the ligands. Is it clear? And if any ions are present outside the coordination sphere, so we have to neutralize the ion by taking the numbers. Okay, that will depends upon the ligands which are present inside the coordination sphere. Okay. So similarly, the other examples also. So this is a simple way of writing the name of, or it is a simple way of giving the name of the coordination compound. So this concept is very important for the final exam. Okay, both naming to formula. So formula to naming So maximum time they will ask only this one for the final exam. So that is for 1 mark. It is a fixed question. Okay. So naming to formula is also important. Naming to formula. Is it clear? So this is the way of writing name to formula and formula to name of a coordination compound. Understood? We will continue in the next.